Hey folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending January 12th, 2022. Welcome to the many new subscribers we've had over the last few months. Welcome to our channel. I'm going to get into the numbers, but one of the, I guess, attributes or one of the features of me being a realtor is that I'm able to share insights with you from working with buyers and sellers every single day. And there's something happening now that I don't know, it just seems more than normal. I'm seeing more and more listings coming onto the market without any photos. Some of them have a photos coming soon kind of image where the home image used to be. It doesn't make any sense to me. We understand, and you should understand if you're looking to sell, that there's a psychology, there's a strategy, there's marketing rules out there that need to be understood in order to maximize the sale of your house. The most important days of the listing are the first 5-6 days. Those are the most important. That's when the most amount of eyeballs are on your listing. The minute you get listed on the MLS for the world to see, you've got people that have been trying to buy for months that are eager to see new listings. You've got buyers that have just started buying that are seeing your listing. You've also got realtors, and realtors are people too. I know that's hard to believe sometimes, but realtors are people too, and they're seeing the listings and they're eager to show it to their buyer clients because inventory is so scarce these days. You put up a listing with no photos, you are not doing a service to the seller, and you're wasting valuable time when that's the time the house should be making an awesome first impression to attract as many people as possible. And make no mistake, first impression is not when the buyers walk into the house for a showing. First impression is online. And I say realtors are people too because they flip through listings the way you do. And if a listing catches their eye that's good for one of their clients, they're promoting it to their clients. Hey, we should go see this. Well, if the photos aren't there, or they're not even done right, that's a whole other story I won't get into. But if the photos are not there, it's just a fundamental mistake that should never be happening. I don't understand. You should always be working with a realtor that has a game plan, that has done this many times before, that has a system and a routine. The photographers right now are not even that busy because there's just not a lot of properties out there for sale. So they've got time. For photos not to be there, it's just a fundamental mistake. Hire a realtor that has a marketing strategy, negotiation strategies, that has a strategy and a routine for putting a listing up, and can adjust the strategy depending on your type of property and your particular circumstances. As always, who you hire matters. If you feel this information is useful for somebody you know, please share the video. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak to us, to talk anything at all related to real estate, it's really simple. In the description below, there's a link to my calendar. Book a time that's convenient for you. I'll know ahead of time this way, and I'll organize my schedule so we can talk about whatever's on your mind related to real estate. Now, buyers across York Region, they're ready to pounce, but York Region is still a little bit slow out of the gate. When I get into the numbers, you'll know what I mean by that. We're going to start off with condos. This is for all of York Region. We sold 30 condos last week for week ending January the 12th. Now, 30 condos is up from the previous week. It's up from the previous 2 weeks, but it's still not that many. We're a little slow out of the gate for listings. But average sold price is sitting at $800,000. That's a lot. Condo prices are really advancing aggressively. A year ago, we were sitting at high fives, 600,000. We're now at high sevens, $800,000. Well, when we compare to last year's average sold price, we're actually 38% higher than last year's average sold price. A lot of you have been asking me for median price also, so I've included that here. The orange, that's the average price. The burgundy line, that's median price. They're pretty close. Everybody knows how we calculate. Well, most people are kind of familiar with average price. We basically take all the sales, the dollar value of all sales done, divided by the number of units sold, and we get the amount, the average sold price of each unit. In this case, $800,000. Well, the problem with using only average price is that it's affected by some of the outliers. So if there's a few condos that sold really inexpensive that are outside of the norm, or a few condos that sold really expensive outside of the norm, it'll skew that number. Well, median price works out the number a little bit different. Median basically counts how many units were sold. We put them in order of dollar value, and we take the middle number. So there's the exact same amount of units above that number that were sold and below that number. So it's less affected by the really high prices or the really low prices, and you'll find a lot less peaks and valleys. You'll see that when I do the detached chart, you're going to see a lot more variation and a lot more gap between average price and median price. Well, when you see them this close together, it means that the sampling of sales is more of a truer reflection of what's really happening in the market. So these are the prices for condos. When we look at the 30 that were sold, 73% of those sold at list price or more. 64 listings. It's nice that there's more listings going out there. Well, last year we were listing 103 at this time. We're, a lot less than that. It'd be nice to see more listings to help out some of the buyers. Ready to buy, pre-approval in hand, they're ready to buy. And months of inventory is sitting at 0.6. You see how quickly it's come down to from where it was the 1.4. The 1.4 was not a true reflection of what's happening in the market, but 0.6 brings it back in line to where it was before the holiday break. Let's take a look at detached properties. I'm going to start off with Vaughan. This is detached only. We sold 18, not a lot. The previous week we sold 12. The previous week before that we sold 8. That was in the kind of the holiday season. So the fact that we're at 18, sure, it's better than the last few weeks, but slow out of the gate. The 18 produced an average price of $2,038,000. So we're over $2 million for the average sold price for detached properties. But the pool that we're taking the average from, 18, is not that high. It's not that many to get a true reflection of average sold price. But $2 million is 28% higher than last year's average sold price. Let's see how the $2 million compares to the median price. It's pretty close, isn't it? So the median price is also sitting at just over $2 million. And you can see kind of the gaps over here. It's a little bit different, but overall kind of behaving the same way. Of the 18 that sold, 61% sold at list price or more. We sold 18, we listed only 30, and months of inventory is sitting at 0.9 months of inventory. Richmond Hill, detached properties, also only 18 were sold. 6 of those were at $2 million bucks or more. Average sold price is sitting at $1,827,000. Compared to last year, it's actually pretty close. It's only 3% higher than last year's average sold price. We had an awesome week last year at this time. When we compare it to the median price, you could see it kind of behaving the same way, but the median price is sitting at $1,667,000. Of the 18 that sold, 78% sold at list price or more. Even though there was only 18, buyers are scrambling. They're fighting for those 18. I'm not saying fighting. They're competing. They're trying to outbid each other to buy those properties. We had 40 listings and months of inventory sitting at 1.2 months of inventory. Let's take a look at Markham. We sold only 12, which is actually less than the previous week. So not a lot of activity, very slow out of the gate. 1,838,000 is the average sold price for last week for a detached property in Markham, which is 17% higher than last year's average sold price. And the median price for the same week is about 100,000 less, 1,734,000. When we look at the 12 that were sold, 83% sold at list price or more. Only 28 listings, not that many. And months of inventory is sitting at 1.4. When we look at overall all the months of inventory, look, it's the same story I say when I get to this slide. Same story I've been saying for a year and a half now, 2 years it seems. Inventory's tight, months of inventory is tight. The demand is up here, supply is down here. It's definitely, the market is very much in favor of the sellers, and this year it just seems, the start of this year just feels and seems from a realtor being in the field working with buyers and sellers, way more aggressive and competitive than it's ever been. If you have any questions, please reach out. Have an awesome day.